Hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. We got some things to talk about today. New plugins, free plugins, teenage engineering, weird thing, and other strange news. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here if you want to stay up to date to the music and music production news. In our first story here, Universal Audio has released another synthesizer. It is not free though, not like the Polymax was for a limited time. This synthesizer is called Anthem, and it claims to have a very analog sound, so much so that they have written analog synthesizer on top of it. So this plugin is an analog synthesizer according to them. Now granted, they are probably trying to say it sounds analog, it sounds very analog, I don't know yet. It is not an analog synthesizer though, okay? It cannot be analog and be a plugin. That defeats the purpose of it being a plugin. They state it'll give you the biggest, baddest analog sound at your fingertips. Enormous bass and powerful leads that will fill out your song with fat analog texture. Definitely a little concerned already. There are a lot of descriptors here. We got a lot of descriptors going into this. It's enormous. It's powerful, fat. Probably some joke about saying that to my girlfriend and her being like, yeah, you're kind of exaggerating. It has a bold analog modeled filter from subtle warmth and saturation to all-out sonic destruction. They are really going over the top with this. This is nuts. It's probably the craziest shit I ever heard. Unapologetically lo-fi. Vintage modulation effects, spring reverb, and W tape echo create evolving sequences. The step sequencer that adds polyrhythms, accents, and generative textures. Well, at least we got polyrhythms, I guess, right? And you can get this for the low price of $149. Normal price $199. They do have a trial though, thankfully. So they've taken inspiration from the most coveted mono synths of bygone eras. And they state it has perfectly imperfect analog textures and vibey paraphonic chords. Wow, you can find a sound or build your own. Totally shocking. Can't think of a synth that does that. Create grooves with fast step sequencing, add vibe with analog So these effects are analog modeled according to them, so that's kind of nice. And of course, you do not need the Universal Audio hardware in order to use it. You do for some of their stuff, but not this one for some reason. Now let's take a listen to how it sounds. I mean, it does sound pretty good. 149 or 200 for that though? I don't know. I do not know. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this down below. There will be a link to it down in the description. In our next story, once again, we have Pro Tools so behind everyone else. So Pro Tools has launched a new version of their software, 2025.6, and this has Splice integration. Now I'm kind of scratching my head at that one too. They've also added AI-powered speech-to-text functionality. I'm not sure I really get that one. You can convert lyrics or something. I don't really get it. If you're interested in checking that out, there's no link to it. So go look at it yourself. Now this is my favorite story out of all of them today, this morning. Teenage Engineering has released an e-moped, and that stands for electronic moped. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Teenage Engineering, it's a design firm, but they generally design synthesizers, samplers, very hipster shit, and it's usually very expensive shit. For reference, they once sold a basic piece of shit desk for $15.99, and that is $1,599. So am I surprised they're selling an electric moped? No, not really, actually. I'm not surprised at all. Are you guys surprised? I'm not surprised at all. I guess I'm a little bit surprised about the price. We'll get into that momentarily. This thing is known as the EPA-1. And I will say this. It does not have synthesis and sampling capabilities, sadly. That actually would have made it a lot cooler. It would have made it stupider, but it would have made it a lot cooler also. So Teenage Engineering designed it, but it is released under VASLA. I'm 100% not saying that correctly, and I can guarantee it, but that's fine. And as you can see at the top here, it says, from now on, designed and engineered by Teenage Engineering. Now you may be asking, dang, how fast does that thing go? Not that fast. So this will be something that will have to be kept off the highway unless your highway lets you go 45 kilometers an hour. And hey, if 45 kilometers an hour is too fast for you, they do have a version that goes only 25 kilometers an hour. Oh, that's too fast. You're going too fast. Looks pretty, it's clean, minimalist design. It's usually what they're known for. Honestly, if you showed me this and I didn't know it was designed by Teenage Engineering, I may have a hunch that it was, just by the look of it. And they do have some different colors here. They have varying battery sizes. Now, one thing worth noting is that it's actually cheaper than their OP1XY synthesizer. I don't know. Probably because they have a harder time selling this thing than that. I don't know if there's as much of a hipster market with scooters as there is with synthesizers and hardware. There are some things worth noting if this interests you, which I can assure you it almost definitely does. On one charge, it can have a range of up to 120 kilometers. There is a deliberate use of modularity with 11 reinforced mounting points on the frame, allowing you to add bags, holders, creative DIY additions, maybe even an OPXY or an OP1 feel. One interesting thing is the price, though. I thought it would be a lot more. Am I interested in it? Hell no. There's not a scooter you can interest me in. If you gave me a scooter for free, I would sell it. Let me know your thoughts on this product down below. I personally just find it funny. I don't know. Not as funny as the desk. In our next story, we got some free plugins here. This first one is Visu. It is a advanced spectrogram plugin. Looking a little bit like Vision 4K there. It's available for Mac and Windows. There's not really much else to say about it. You can see frequencies. If you're interested in checking that out, it'll be linked down in the description. This next one is a little bit better, I think. A little more interesting. We have Reverb. Weaver tells you about Reverb. Yes. And this is a free convolution reverb for every platform, Mac, Windows, and Linux. Features impulse response manipulation, envelope followers, and more. You can manipulate impulse responses via stretch, trim, reverse, attack, and decay. There's also tempo sync. But how does it sound? I don't know about that one, Polarity. I don't know. We had Space Blender earlier this year. I think that would be the technically best free reverb. I mean, not really the most deep demos there, but it sounds fine. Sounds fine to me. So yeah, if you're interested in that, it'll be linked down in the description. Give that a check. This one is interesting. In our next story, I want to let you guys know, I have not sold out, okay? Some of you may have seen the last video. Maybe a lot of you have not seen the last video. But once in a while, I'm sorry to tell you guys this, I may do a sponsored segment here and there. I know, it's heartbreaking, but still the same guy, okay? I'm the same guy. I'm just trying to make a little bit more money. I'm still going to be critical. I may even be critical of the things that I'm sponsoring, which I was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. YouTube does not pay as well as I wish it did. There's a lot of people using ad block. A lot of people, you know, no one wants to join Patreon. That's fine. I don't really mind that. The thing is, though, if I want to be uploading as frequently as people want me to, I have to do this once in a while. At the very least, once in a while, you know, or maybe I can get like smaller sponsors where I just do like a 30-second thing here and there. Yeah, the good thing about that also is it allows me to also have prizes for beat battles. And we're gonna be doing the finale of Wave Wars Season 2 pretty soon. If you're not one of the people that qualified for it already, sorry, you can't win. But the good news is we'll be starting Season 3 after that. So if you're interested in competing in the beat battles, turn the notifications on, subscribe if you haven't, but turn the notifications on. And it'll be a live stream. And join my Discord if you haven't as well. That'll be linked down in the description. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, you want to help keep it viable, and maybe potentially have me do less sponsored segments ever, consider joining my Patreon. The link to that will be down in the description. You get access to exclusive content, outtakes, and blah, 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 blah. In our next story, Cherry Audio has released a new synthesizer. Of course. For some reason they come in batches. This one they brand as the ultimate epic sonic journey. And this is the ODC 2800. It is $59. Can't even hide the price for me right now. I've seen this before somewhere. This looks very, very familiar. So the ODC 2800 is a 3-in-1 instrument that pays tribute to Alan R. Perlman. Ah, yes, that's what it was. The ARP Odyssey. That's what it is. Okay. Draws inspiration from the revolutionary Odyssey analog duophonic synthesizer. Of course, it goes beyond emulation, like all of them. That's the tagline. It goes beyond emulation. We're not just copying, guys. We're copying and enhancing a little bit. Copying? No. We're enhancing. Comes with 330 presets. Let's take a listen to how it sounds. Okay, I gotta be honest. So far, this is not really wowing me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just expecting more from a demo. Like I'm just like I don't want to hear like a simple bass line on the sound I've heard a bajillion times. So it definitely got a little bit better right after I happened to talk about it. The only thing is like, it's just a very old school demo. You know, I prefer to hear something more modern. It sounds fine. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? It sounds fine to me. Honestly, this would make that Universal Audio one sound a lot better. Okay, that's much more up my alley. I like that. There will be a link to it down in the description. Okay, guys, that is it for this episode of WN, your source for the music and music production news. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here, if you want to stay up to date. If you want to support the channel, what I do here, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member or buying something via the Plugin Boutique and Zounds affiliate links down in the description. I'll see you guys next time.